If for some reason you found yourself just in the situation where you are a short hitter, let's face it, you are a short hitter. It's either through just getting a little older, maybe some wear and tear on the joints and some surgeries here and there, but you know that 200 yards, 210 yards is just not going to cut it. You'd really like to get your drives out there a little farther this year. Then watch this whole video. I'm going to show you how to crank up or turbocharge your swing speed by 5 to 10 miles an hour in just 5 to 10 minutes. Believe it or not, stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve from HitItLonger.com. If you end up getting some benefit out of this video, I'd love for you to like the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. You know, nudge up that YouTube algorithm just a little bit for me. Today I'm talking about getting quick miles per hour, 5 or 10 more miles an hour to your swing. You can do it like this within just a couple of sets of swings. I'm going to be using a couple of handy dandy tools as well as my own driver. First thing I'm going to be using here is this product. It's called a Speed Whoosh. I use this with a lot of my shorter hitting students to help them feel that whip and that speed. These are available on Amazon. They're about 65 bucks. Highly recommend you get one if you're a short hitter. Let's say you're anywhere between 180 and 220 or 30 yards, and you'd like to hit the ball further than that. You know it's going to help you drop your score and enjoy the game more. The other thing I want you to look into is one of these blue swing radars from Sports Sensors. I sell these on my website. Don't tell anybody, but I've got the cheapest price even under Amazon. So I've left a link down in the description for one of these babies. This just helps read your swing speed, and you don't even have to hit a ball to get the speed. So you can do this out in the backyard or out in the patio, or maybe if you've got a big enough ceiling in your living room and no pets, then you can even do some speed swings inside. Be careful. So this little blue gadget is going to help us read the speed, and I'm going to take you through the exact process I do with a lot of my shorter hitting private students when they come to me for help. All right, so we're going to set the radar up about 4 or 5 inches ahead of the tee and diagonally pointing back at the tee. So the first exercise I'll do is with the Speed Swoosh. Let's turn this guy on. All right about there. So the first exercise I'm going to be doing 3 sets of 6, and I'm going to be laddering them. So what's a laddering exercise, you say? Well, I'm going to start at a comfortable speed for me, and then I'm going to ladder up in speed so I can feel the difference and hear the difference with this club because it makes a nice loud swooshing sound. And I'm going to ladder up the speed. I'm going to make sure that every time I do another swing that I'm going to be swinging a little faster till the 6th one is going to be the fastest of all, and I'll really feel and sense the new speed. So here's the first one. Okay, and that's at 111, so now my goal to beat is 111. Okay, I beat it by a lot, 127 that time. A little faster yet. Okay, there I'm up to 137. So you see how this goes? I keep trying to swing at least 1 or 2 miles an hour every attempt. I'll do that maybe by winding up a little bigger and longer. And then I'm going to be whipping the club and trying to make the sound of the whoosh even louder. Now for the second set, I'll do the same exercise with my driver. Move that into a safe spot. So this first swing will be more of the comfortable swing. Okay, there I'm at 112. Now to try to beat 112. Okay, there's 118. I'll see if I can do better than 118. Okay, and there's one at 123. So if I were to keep going, 3 more, I'd be trying to go 124, maybe 126, maybe 128. And you're starting to feel what creates speed. For the people who are short hitting, what you're not feeling is that extreme whipping burst of energy that really accelerates the club, what Mike Austin would say, accelerate the Huns. Now the only way, what's interesting, the only way you're going to be able to accelerate the hands, so if I were to finish the set of 6, one's 123 on the 3rd try, see my next 3 would be, let's say 124, then maybe 126, and then maybe I peak out at 128 on the blue radar with my dry swing. And what I'm really doing here is I'm really feeling that more reckless attitude, that whipping action that makes the club go fast. Interestingly, a lot of people have come to me who kind of hang back this way when they hit their drives, and so they don't get a lot of weight shift, and therefore that's what makes them kind of hit short. What's amazing is with that speed whoosh, in order to make that loud sound and get louder and louder, the only way they can do it is by stepping over and getting braced. If you're not braced, your hands cannot whip fast. It's just impossible. So interestingly, on video, I've seen quite clearly a much better weight shift on people doing the ladder drill with the speed whoosh. Keep in mind that the speed whoosh is much lighter. It'll go much faster. Now for the last set of balls, what I'm going to be trying to do is do 5 or 6 times, but instead of laddering this time, I'm going to see if I can kind of muscle memory, tap into muscle memory and repeat the feeling and the attitude, the recklessness and the acceleration of the fastest swings from each set. If you really needed to, you could pick the speed whoosh up again and you could do one more set, because it really, the sound of the whip, you can really hear the speed and you can get kind of a memory for what that felt like. It's going to be much faster than you normally would swing. So these swings are going to be much faster and more reckless than what you're used to. And it's just fine. I make everybody swear that they're not going to care about where the next 5 or 6 shots go. So I've even had people whiff. My student Nick, he was doing this exercise where he's trying to repeat that same speedy swing. Now with the ball in the way, he actually whiffed about 15 minutes before he hit his first 300-yard drive of his life. So you've got to be okay with screwing up 5 times right now. Let's give it a try. Okay, that one's at 121. And I'm going to see if I can do 1 mile an hour faster than that now. And I did 122. And see if I can squeeze just 1 more mile an hour out of it. Remember that I am not intending on hitting a good shot. I'm not going to have any emotional attachment over the shot. If I shank it or whiff it, as long as that blue radar reads 123 or higher, I've won the game. Just about maintaining the speed that you learned how to make with the speed whoosh. And I've done it at 123. That was not planned, total accident, but I ended up picking up 1 mile an hour per ball. And I actually caught that one pretty good too as a bonus. So there you have it, a 5 or 10 minute exercise that I think is going to pick you up 5 or 10 miles an hour. Do it at least once a week and you'll really make that speed permanent. I've got my speed whoosh, set of 6, faster and faster. Then I've got the same exercise with my own driver. All the while I'm swinging on this blue radar. You don't have to have one, but it's nice to have really specific feedback on whether or not you are going faster, and keep at it. Hey, I'd love to hear about your experience with these exercises. Would you please give them a shot and leave a comment down below if you were able to pick up some speed. Hopefully down the road, when you sync it up with everything, it's going to result in longer drives. At first you'll just be faster, but you may not be as coordinated. You may not be able to take it right to the course with you the very first day, but keep at it, keep improving, and that yardage is going to start showing up on the course and your buddies aren't going to know what hit them. Hey, thanks again to Golf Development Complex in Moore Park, California. I'm Steve, and I'll either see you in the next video or maybe longer and straighter down the fairway. Thanks.